Welcome to the Hustlers Corner. Big homie Smuda out here in Cape Town, South Africa. First up, let's go straight to that chop sign. Click, 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 click. And don't forget to click that notification bell and you click that subscribe button. Hemp versus marijuana. We're talking cannabis here, ladies and gents. Let's start it. Here's an article. I'll put the link in the description. This is from healthline.com. It's a common misconception that hemp and marijuana are two different species of a plant. In fact, they're not distinct species at all. They're just two different names for cannabis, a type of flowering plant in the Cannabicaceae family. Did you hear that part, guys? They are just two different cannabis. These are plants. They are all plants, but they're two different types, right? Let's continue reading. It's all about knowledge here, guys. While science doesn't differentiate between hemp and marijuana, the law does. Legally, the key difference between the two is tetrahydrocannabinol, which is what they would call THC in abbreviation. THC is one of many cannabinoids or chemicals found in the cannabis plant. It's the one that's primarily responsible for the high associated with cannabis. So THC is the one that a lot of people like dry and they like smoking it and they appreciate the high out of it, right? That's the THC. Let's talk about hemp. What is hemp? The term hemp is used to mean cannabis that contains 0.3% or less THC content by dry weight. Why 0.3%? The definition was first proposed in 1979 in a book called The Species Problem in Cannabis, Science and Semantics. In the book, the author N.S. Small addresses the fact that it's difficult to distinguish hemp and cannabis because there's no actual taxonomical difference between the two. Small proposed the 0.3% rule as a possible solution, but he himself acknowledged that in an arbitrary number, he acknowledged that it is an arbitrary number. This number was used in the legal definition of hemp, as specified in the Agricultural Act of 2018 and other laws in the United States. Because the THC level in hemp is so low, it's unlikely to get you high. You get it, right? Now let's talk about marijuana. What is marijuana? Usually when people say marijuana, they're talking about cannabis that can get you high. The term is used interchangeably with weed, igada, insango, dibaje. You know, a joint obviously would be when you roll it and it becomes a joint. And it's got a whole lot of other terms as well and street terms out there. But legally, marijuana refers to cannabis that is more than 0.3% THC by dry weight. THC content can vary among cannabis plants. Some strains are bred to be higher in THC than others. Cannabis plants have been designated as cannabis sativa, cannabis indica, or a hybrid. Each of these has its own purported characteristics and effects, although science has yet to verify this. History and racism. The word marijuana is quite controversial due to its racist roots. In the early 20th century, many Mexicans immigrated to the US due to the Mexican Revolution. This led to growing racist and anti-immigrant sentiments in the United States at this time. Cannabis was a legal cross-border import. Now, the article that I'm reading would refer more to the American history of cannabis, but being an African, I would obviously say when you look at famous cannabis names like the Durban Poison, the Swazi, you think of them, you know that they're very synonymous with South Africa and they're very synonymous with the herb and with our roots and with, you can say, the people who've been smoking it for forever, especially the Rastafari community. And it's also associated with you see, the thing is, the stigma around it has been bad for many years when you go back in history because it was illegal. But now that the government has legalized recreation marijuana and the medicinal side of it, it is time for us to start talking openly, creating these types of conversations around cannabis. And it's time for us to educate ourselves and we learn the differences between hemp, marijuana, how do we make money out of it, the manufacturing side, the entire value chain, how is it going to operate, building our own brands of it, all the different strains of it, how to get a legal license off of it, how to get how does marijuana grown in South Africa differs from marijuana in Lesotho, how to attain a license in South Africa, how to do it legally in other ways. And as I speak to you right now from the recording of this video, the information that I get is that there's still less than 50 licenses that have been issued out in South Africa as far as cannabis is concerned. Are you one of those entrepreneurs? Or are you going to be one of the ones that are going to participate in it in the future? It's going to be a very big industry, guys. Some of the biggest billionaires to come out of this continent in the future are going to be in the cannabis space. So I'm just here to encourage you because I'm very excited. As an entrepreneur, as a businessman, we always see an opportunity. We've always been complaining about what was done to us in the past. As things evolve, as things move forward, let's get into real estate. Let's get into investing. Let's learn about digital currencies. Let's learn about farming. Let's learn about investing in livestock. Let's learn about investing in cannabis. Let us learn all of these things. That's why I do these videos, to encourage you or to ignite that fire in you to go out there and seek your own education. I'm not going to give you all of the answers here. You'll watch these videos and you'll find them a bit interesting. You might not agree with everything I say, but one thing that I want you to walk away with is you going to start that conversation with your immediate group of friends, either with your family members or with your partner, or with your classmates or with your business partner, or for you even on your own to start doing your own research on your computer, to start venturing into these fields, guys. There are no black people in these fields. All right. What is the CBD? Cannabidiol, CBD. It is a cannabinoid that's become increasingly popular since hemp was federally legalized. Many people use CBD products because CBD is said to have numerous health benefits. CBD is found in some amount in all cannabis plants. That means it can be derived from either hemp or marijuana. However, CBD products are only federally legal if they're derived from hemp and contain less than 0.3% THC. What do we take away from this article or from this video? Hemp plants and marijuana plants are both the same species. I repeat, hemp plants and marijuana plants are both the same species. They're all cannabis. Legally now, let's talk about the law. Hemp is defined as cannabis plant that contains 0.3% or less THC, while marijuana is a cannabis plant that contains more than 0.3% THC. And CBD can be derived from both hemp and marijuana plants. Why did I do this article? So that I encourage you to go do your own research out there. And thank you very much for tuning into this video.